This short video is especially for the amazing community partners who help with ICE training days at the Bluewater District School Board. Now, before we get into the details for how these days work, we'd like to start by saying thank you. It's community partners like you who make these ICE sessions such authentic and meaningful experiences for Bluewater High School students. You will be helping them think outside the classroom about the challenges and opportunities that await them in the world of work. These students will learn about your industry and will apply what they've learned to prototype solutions to specific challenges facing your organization. In doing so, they will come to deeper understanding of the innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurial spirit required to thrive in the 21st century workplace. And just as importantly, they will offer you and your organization fresh perspectives and new ideas. At your ICE session, you'll be helping students understand a challenge facing your organization. The better they understand the causes and context of this challenge, the better equipped they will be to propose creative and viable solutions. Now, we're here to help as you prepare to share this information with the students. Ahead of your ICE session, you will be sent a short presentation template that looks like this. This will help you organize the key details you'll be sharing with the students. Please fill out this template and email it to your contact at the Bluewater District School Board a few days prior to your ICE session. On the first slide, include your name and organization. This intro slide also includes which sector you are representing. Different sectors include health and wellness, ICT, transportation, manufacturing, and others. Your organization will most likely fit into a number of these different sectors, but don't worry, your contact at the Bluewater District School Board will let you know which sector you'll be representing during your ICE day. Next is a space for some background information about your organization. Just a few high-level bullet points are required to help the students learn a little bit more about what it is that you do. Here's an example of what one company included in their introduction. The presenter then elaborated on these points in their talk with the students. The next slide is for you to include information about the context for a challenge your organization is facing. It's a chance for you to quickly speak to some larger trends in your industry, changes your organization is going through, and anything else that would help the students gain a high-level understanding of the central challenge you'll be telling them more about on the next slide. Here's an example from that same company as before. Notice that, just like the last example, there are just a few key points for the students to focus on. Of all the slides in this template, the challenge slide should be the most succinct. 1 or 2 bullet points is all that's needed to help students focus on the problem they are being asked to solve for your organization. Note the format of the question in this example. It identifies a clear but open-ended challenge. In this case, it's to provide cost-effective training, and also a specific audience, customers outside of Canada. The final slide is your chance to get the students starting to think about possible solutions. It can include examples of what you've already tried, what's working, and what isn't. This is also a chance to help the students understand more about the kind of solution that would be most valuable for your organization. For example, this company used this last slide to emphasize the values that must be maintained when considering solutions. While this company is exploring digital solutions to their challenge, maintaining some in-person, low-tech elements is very important to them. This is something that's essential for the students to consider as they prototype their own solutions. We really appreciate you taking the time to complete and email this template to your Bluewater contact before your ICE session. If you have any questions along the way, let us know and we'd be happy to help. Each ICE training session lasts 6 hours and follows the same overall format. Within this format, there are 3 ways you can help to support students throughout the day. Firstly, by presenting the challenge you prepared. This takes place about an hour into the ICE session, right after a team formation activity. You'll be using the slides that we just went over to guide a 30-minute discussion with a group of between 10 and 20 students. This presentation works best when the students are encouraged to ask questions along the way. With this in mind, prepare to speak for about 10 to 15 minutes, with an additional 15 to 20 set aside to answer questions and elaborate on any topics that the students need clarified. Secondly, you'll be a judge at a pitch competition that concludes the day. In teams of 3 to 5, each group will have 60 seconds to pitch the solution they came up with to the challenge that you shared with them. Their pitches will use the following format. The rationale behind this so-called elevator pitch is for students to zero in on the most important aspects of their idea and to communicate that idea in the most compelling way they can. After each pitch, there will be 5 minutes for questions and feedback. This feedback can come from you and also the teachers and students watching the pitches. The goal of this feedback is to help make each idea stronger, and as such, it should be delivered in a way that's both positive and supportive. Following that feedback, you will be providing each group with a score using a marking scheme that looks like this. Although there will be one team that wins the pitch competition, it is very important that all students leave this session feeling like they accomplished something. So, when announcing the winner, take some time to acknowledge all of the ideas that got generated throughout the day, and encourage the students to continue looking for creative solutions to the challenges they're going to find in the 21st century workplace. And finally, between your presentation in the morning and the pitch competition in the afternoon, the students will be working through a series of activities to help them prototype and test their solutions. You can help out during these activities by walking around the room and answering follow-up questions from the students. It can also be very helpful to ask students what they're working on at different points in the day. The more opportunities they have to share their ideas and get your feedback, the richer and more creative their ideas will become. Thank you again for getting involved in the Blue Water District School Board's ICE training. We're excited to be collaborating with you, and we know that the students will learn a great deal from the real-world challenges you will help them investigate. This is going to be a great day, and we're looking forward to seeing you there.